Phil Mickelson's all about imagination.
He's a gambler. I mean, that's what makes him who he is. That's why he can hit that towering flop shot.
He thinks he can hit every shot, and that's good. That's a good thing.
That's why he puts so much stock into his short game and his putter.
You're going to find spots out there that you can't play a normal shot from, and he's probably practiced those more than anybody.
He's fun to watch because you never know if he's going to go over the edge or if he's going to, you know, just absolutely take it to the world.
He did it all the way from the college, all the way up through, you know, last week. He was still trying shots that none of us would even look at.
I think that's part of his persona that makes him special.
It's all about having that option when the rare instance comes where you need it. You know, it's not often that you're going to have to hit one backwards. I've actually tried it. I think pretty much anybody who saw him do that tried it. And you can get it to go straight up pretty easily. It's getting it to go the other way that's a little difficult.
I've got to get this one up quick or else it's going to hurt.
I hope you get this up quick.
Well, I do too, because there's other factors that are involved.
When Phil came out, there was a lot of wow in Phil's game. Hit as far as he could, hit the flop shot up over tall buildings in a single bound, that kind of stuff.
The guy's got crazy skills, man.
Phil's won a lot of golf tournaments. You can't ever say he's not a closer, but he's had vulnerabilities in the majors, and the way he closed out at Baltusrol at the PGA was really impressive.
And that's the hard fade he's played all week, and it is right down the center of the fairway.
And that's exactly what he needed right here, a nice solid tee shot right by Jack's marker, Jim.
Then he had that second shot, and he was going to go for it, and it was a wood, and it was into the wind. And I just thought it was very cool that he kind of paid homage to Nicklaus by tapping on the plaque.
Look at Mickelson tap the Nicklaus plaque for good luck.
Yeah, it took a while for it to kind of settle in what exactly he was doing. I thought that was really neat. You know, I think Phil feels a connection to Jack Nicklaus.
Not only did he have a sense of the moment and a sense of theater at that time, he also was paying homage.
As he stood over that second shot and he's got the fairway wood in his hand, you're like, here we go again. And it's Phil, and anything can happen, but it's going to be exciting either way.
And in the high grass.
It wasn't a great shot he hit in there. It took a while to even find his ball in that bank, but he's so gifted with the lob wedge. He just, you know, carved it out of there, makes his birdie, and wins another major.
It's a good one. It's a great one. And Mickelson's a foot away from the title.
When he pulled that wedge out, it was like, you know, Lancelot pulling out his sword. All right, game on. Let's do this.
Doing it in a really professional way and just closing the door, very Tiger-like, I should say. Maybe Phil will take objection to that, but that is really the way to win a golf tournament.
He's the champion. And Phil's fanatics rejoice.
And at that moment, that day, I think most of us in the golf world thought, you know something? Phil has made the complete change now. I don't think we have to worry about Phil reverting back. Little did we know the 2006 lie ahead.
Coming up next.
Oh, the why not, why not, why haven't you done this, why haven't you done that?
What's it like to be the best player without?
It was the moment we had been waiting for almost as much as he had.
Today, I'm telling you, Phil's got this thing locked down. This is the new Phil Mickelson. No way he kicks this one away.
He was on the cusp of being the best player in the game.
But it would have made Phil just an icon. We talked about is how he could be surpassing Tiger.
This can't be happening. Gradually, it's like, oh no, oh no.
Oh my God, that was just shocking.
Get up!
If Phil wins 3 majors in a row,
he wins 3 straight majors.
And then to have it come apart like that.
The course of golf history literally changed in 10 minutes.
And to be honest with you, one of the worst collapses in U.S. Open history by Phil Mickelson.
His comment, "I'm such an idiot."
I'm such an idiot.
I'm such an idiot.
I am such an idiot.
He still, in his mind, is reliving that 18th hole.
So much in today's world with golf, you know, we rank players based on how many majors they win. And if you don't win a major, you're kind of a wannabe. And Phil obviously had put the time in and you know, had worked so hard for that moment. And I think, honestly, few people thought he could do it. I just think that, you know, they were waiting for him to self-destruct.
Look at this. He's going to have the Sandy Lyle putt.
He had been through so much having to answer the questions about all the why not, why haven't you done this, why haven't you done that.
So many times we had asked him about, you know, what's it like to be the best player without? What's it like to be the best player without?
It's been one of the greatest days in Masters history, plain and simple. And now it comes down to one putt for the win.
It was one of those classic scenarios when you're standing there with your buddies, watching golf on TV, going, make or miss, you know, make or miss. And this guy looks at me and says, make or miss. And I said, I think this time he makes it and he wins his first major. Just like that. And he looks at me and goes, this guy never makes these.
Is it his time?
As it's going in, he looks up and goes, boy, aren't I an idiot.
That whole moment, finally, it was the moment we had been waiting for almost as much as he had.
And it was a very, very euphoric moment for him and maybe even for us for a little bit.
Is it his time?
That jump, I think a lot of people jumped with him.
The lack of a jump, that 3-inch vertical.
But in my mind, anytime I'm going to think of Phil Mickelson, it's going to be that jump.
And all we ever asked him about was not winning a major, and when that went in, it all changed.
What I'll always remember about that was the sense of relief I felt from him.